Hi, I'm meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your tropical update on hurricanes Franklin and Idalia heading towards Florida. First of all, locally we have a high surf advisory. It goes into effect on Wednesday and continues into Thursday. This is due to distant Hurricane Franklin, which will stay offshore. It's moving away, but it's sending back swells and surf and waves and dangerous rip currents across our area beaches over the next few days. The surf within the surf zone at beaches may be as high as 4 to 9 feet next couple of days. Dangerous rip currents, beach erosion. Stay off the rocks, stay off the jetties, stay out of the water. All right, here's the latest. Franklin, which is out in the Atlantic right here, it's got winds of 125. You see a large eye. Continues to pull away from the U.S. mainland, but even though it passes well out to sea next few days, it's going to throw back some of those bigger waves along the East Coast. Bigger weather story, unfortunately, is a serious weather situation unfolding for Florida and the Eastern Gulf. This is strengthening Hurricane Idalia. In fact, new update from the National Hurricane Center as of 8 o'clock. We're taping this as of 8:15. The wind now at 105 miles per hour. We can see it getting better organized just looking at the satellite structure on the satellite photo. Here's the west coast of Florida, Tampa. It's right up in here. It will be the hardest hit area from the storm as it draws closer overnight and into Wednesday morning. We can overlay the Doppler radar. The storm is within Doppler radar range, and you can see all these bands of intense rain and wind wrapping around the storm. So feeling the impacts of the storm already across parts of the west coast, even though the storm itself is still somewhat further to the south. It's about it's several hundred miles south of Cedar Key, Florida. Here's the latest from the Hurricane Center. Winds are at 105, moving north at 16. The area is in red. It is a hurricane warning, and that's from Panama City over to Tampa, and then south of Tampa, it is a tropical storm warning. A Cat 2 storm and making landfall as a Category 3 hurricane on Wednesday morning. As it passes over southern Alabama and then actually southern Georgia and then back out into the Atlantic later in the week, it does weaken as a tropical storm. It does pass well to the south of New England later in the week as a weakening tropical storm. This particular track could actually kick up the waves again sometime on Friday. But our main wave and surf concern is going to be with Franklin as it passes offshore. You know, you look at the Saffir-Simpson scale. This is a scale from 1 to 5, and we show this to you because Idalia is anticipated to make landfall as a Category 3 hurricane. In fact, one of the most dangerous parts of the hurricane, besides the wind, is the storm surge. Just this water being pushed towards the coastline, the surge. That may be up to 12 feet, maybe even 15 feet when it makes landfall in the Great Bend of west coast of Florida on Wednesday. You know, as these categories go up, the surge increases more and more. Now, we're not anticipating a Category 5, but you get the idea that this push of water towards the coastline, much like what Ian did last year, is one of the bigger weather concerns as we're seeing forecasts of perhaps a 15-foot storm surge on Wednesday morning and afternoon. Closer to home, here in southern New England, we're looking at some drizzle and showers for this evening. Again, impacts from Franklin are going to be felt in terms of waves and surf and rip currents. Of course, certainly not getting any rain and wind from that storm.